What is going on, everyone? Chapter 4 is just mere hours away. We have a lot of stuff to talk about. So for starters, let's give you a little bit of information about Chapter 4. The first season is going to be 96 days long. This is going to be slightly longer than our last season that we had. Last season was actually one of our shortest seasons that we've ever had. So 96 days, though, it feels right for a season to last about 96 days. About 3 months or so. Even though this season's going to be a little shorter than others, there's a ton of content planned for this season, which is just kind of insane to even think about because there's already so much that we know about this season. And I mean, downtime's not even over with. We have so much to talk about. As you've seen in the trailer, there are a ton of new weapons and items that we will talk about in a minute, but I want to mention some of the collabs that we seen in the trailer first. So first one's off. We have Witcher times Fortnite. Obviously, you've seen Geralt in there. I know a lot of people have been pronounced his name Geralt or something along those lines. It's Geralt.
Not Gerald. Geralt.
Oh.
And he's actually going to be not the secret skin, but the like mid-season drop skin. We're gonna end up being able to get him halfway through the season, but not the secret skin. So they're doing something a little different this season with like this mid-season drops and mid-season like bonus reward stuff. I do think it's pretty interesting the way that they're doing it. It gives people that excitement again halfway through the season when stuff starts to die down in the hype, and it keeps people playing throughout the entire season until the next season when they can build hype closer to the end of the season. Anyway, also we have Doom times Fortnite, which Doom is not the tier 100 skin. I know, surprising. This is the first season that the tier 100 isn't a collab skin since like chapter 2 season 4, something like that. Season 4, season 5, one of those. And he does have like 3 edible styles as well. We'll get into those here in a second as well. And then right there at the end of the trailer, you've seen My Hero Academia times Fortnite. And along with having Deku as a skin, he's not in the battle pass or anything like that. A lot of people are saying that he may be the secret skin, but I think he's going to be coming to the shop along with the Hulk, which we've seen in the live event, and Mr. Beast, also who we seen in the live event. A lot of people missed him, but he floated by there. Yeah, so 2 other confirmed skins that are also collabs, kinda. Anyway, with Deku coming to Fortnite, as you've seen in the trailer, he also has a mythic that is going to be similar to the Kamehameha, but this mythic looks absolutely insane. Unfortunately, we don't have any stats on it right now due to like downtime still going on, and none of the leakers have been able to find it. So it may not be in game right now, but it should be coming to the game fairly soon within this season. But I just hope this mythic has like 1 charge on it or something, because like it absolutely destroyed that castle. Like, I know the Kamehameha could destroy a lot of stuff, but that thing, it blew a hole almost the size of the castle through the castle. It was insane. Chapter 4 is kind of like reinvented now with their new like graphics update. They are now running the Unreal Engine 5.1, and I do have a few screenshots to show you of like kind of how it looks like, even though you've probably seen it by now since I'm a little late getting this video up, but you know, it is what it is. I'm still going to show you anyway. I don't know. I really think these POIs look really good. The whole map honestly looks really good, and just the new graphics that they have just makes it kind of feel like that old school Fortnite again, you know, like back in chapter 1 season 3 or so. Like, I don't know, it gives like nostalgia, and the map looks absolutely amazing. Here it is, our new mini map. And if you look at it, right, we've been complaining for years about like not having enough terrain. And if you look here, like it looks like there's going to be a ton of like high points, low points. I'm so excited to like get into a match again. Like, Why is downtime taking so long? But another thing I want to mention is if you look at it, there's not really that many POIs. I'm pretty sure some of them, I think this picture is actually like, it has some of the map cut out of it. That way you can actually see all the POIs. But the map seems a lot bigger when you see the full like picture of it. And up here in like the top, I guess absolutely north, there's this like little ice area, right, where there's nothing. And I'm willing to bet that there's some kind of like OG location that's going to be underneath this ice snow, and we won't get it until after, you know, the snow and ice melts, obviously. Additionally, there's been rumors that during the season, we should be able to see OG locations be brought in from like the 0 point, bringing things into the other realities, because there's the little like tentacles that we've seen in the live event from the 0 point actually on the edges of the map. And like, I mean, what else are they going to do with it? And if you've seen the actual map, right, like we seen at the end of the live event, you can see that the map is kind of like broke into like kind of a star type of formation, right? So it would kind of make sense for the 0 point to be able to like pull things out of other realities and slap them onto the island until the island's like completely round again. I don't know. That's just my thought on that. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you like the map how it is right now? Do you want to see, you know, more locations be added onto the map? I don't know. It feels really big to me, even though there's like not that many POIs. I still love it. It looks amazing. Anyway, moving on. We have a lot to talk about. I don't know why I'm just rambling. Anyway, we have a lot of new weapons. So for starters, we have the Excalibur rifle, which is a gun that shoots a sword. Then the sword explodes. And we do have some stats on these weapons as well. As you can see, the base damage for it is going to be 30 for like a regular one, with a headshot of 75, which is just insane. Because if you stick someone in the head with a common one of these, it's going to do 75 damage when it hits them, but then it doesn't have the explosive damage on here either, which I would have to take a guess and say would be like 100 damage, because that's how like most explosives are in the game, is it deals like a base of 100 damage, right? So that's 175 damage with one of these Excalibur rifles if you hit them in the head. I don't know. I could be wrong on that. Don't quote me on the explosion damage of swords. We get all the way up to the legendary, which does 175 to the head. And then we also have a mythic one, which I do believe is going to come from Jano. He's going to be at one of the POIs on the map as a boss. Don't know exactly where yet. Like I said, downtime isn't over, but that one does 187.5 damage to the head. That's just absolutely insane if you ask me. We have the Red Eye AR, which is kind of like the Mark 7, except it's semi-auto instead of full auto, so it's not going to shoot as fast as the Mark 7 did, but it does have the red dot, but it fires kind of slow. I've seen some gameplay of it from the leakers and whatnot, and in the trailer we can kind of see it being used. It's a very like slow kind of fire rate to it, but it has the red dot, so it kind of balances that out, right? With the addition of these ARs, we do see a new version of the OG Scar and AR that has been added for, you know, some reason, with the same model, sounds, and stats, but with a slightly reload change. They now reload a little bit slower, and I would imagine this is because of something else that we're going to talk about after we get through most of these weapons. I'll bring it back up, don't worry. We also have two new shotguns, which is the first one we have is the Maven auto shotgun. This is going to be like your tack of, you know, the season, I guess. Pretty neat. The spreads on these, if you watch the trailer like very, very intensely, you can see like the spread on some of these. Like they have like 5 pellets instead of like the normal 10. So it's like you have half the pellets for both of the new shotguns, and the spread's a little bit different. I don't know. It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. I really want to try this. We've needed a good tack shotgun for a while. You can see the legendary does like 165 to the head. So not bad at all, especially if you like are really accurate and good at the game, unlike me. I mean, you can two-shot someone with this tack and with a fast fire rate, you know, it wouldn't be that hard to do, you know? So even if you didn't hit him in the head, it does 94 damage to the body. So like if they're not full 200 HP, 2 shot to the body with this thing, it's ridiculous. Anyway, let's move on to the pump shotgun of this season. I know I kind of trolled y'all there. I'm sorry. It is called the Thunder Shotgun. And let me stop you, because I already know you're looking at these stats and you're seeing that the purple and legendary does over 200 damage headshot, right? It does not do 200 damage. It is capped at 195 max. So even though the stats say that it can do over 200 damage, the coding in the game only allows it to hit that 195 max. So sorry to bust your bubble on that, but you know, we really don't need a one-shot shotgun anyway. I think that just kind of ruins the game just a little bit. You know, sure, it's cool for montages and whatnot, but I don't know. The amount of times that you can get bailed out with a lucky pump shot, it's not fun. It's not fun. Those are going to be the shotguns and ARs. We also have a tactical pistol, which is pretty cool, honestly. And I'll probably use this a lot, especially like off spawn. To me, this kind of seems like the semi-auto version of the Cap 40 from like the old Call of Duties. It seems really accurate, and it has a fast fire rate with a fast reload speed too. It's going to be absolutely insane, along with the twin mag SMG. Now the twin mag SMG, as you can see, the legendary only does 20 damage with a 30 damage headshot. It's only got 20 rounds in the clip, and you know, yeah, the fire rate's going to be fast with it, but I guaranteed you this thing's probably not going to be all that accurate, and it's going to have major fall off. So you're not going to be able to just like use it like an AR like we could for the past year on the chapter 3 map, which is a good thing, honestly, if you ask me. There's also something that we've seen in the trailer that we don't have stats on as of yet, and that's this like new shield, and it honestly kind of reminds me of Reinhardt's shield from Overwatch, because it looks like, you know, that person playing Gino right there kind of like puts his arm up and the shield comes out and like you can walk with it, you know? So it gives me that kind of Reinhardt Overwatch vibe, honestly, with that new shield. Speaking of shields, you're probably gonna need it if you run into someone with this shockwave hammer. We seen this in the trailer. We also don't have any stats on this either, unfortunately, but this hammer may be a guaranteed drop in the new white chests that are found at the Brutal Bastion. I'm not 100% on that, but if I had to take a guess, that's where you're going to find them at. Now I want to talk about a weapon here that is unreleased as of right now, but it's definitely coming to season 1 of chapter 4. And honestly, I thought this was a troll when I first saw it, but nope, it's real. There's gameplay of it, and that is the Flamethrower. And there's 2 versions of this Flamethrower. It can spit fire, obviously, because it's a flamethrower, but it can also throw fireballs too. I don't feel like this is going to be balanced, but you know, the first clip is going to be of the burst flamethrower, and then the second clip is going to be a semi-auto flamethrower. Moving on to some unvaults that we have the grapple bow, primal bow, impulse grenades, the dub shotgun, unstable bow, RPG, and the scar unvaulted. And I also have another one added in here, even though it's not technically a weapon. Hot spots are now back in the game after eons of time. You know, the little things that float at the POIs, and you can shoot them and they drop loot. Yeah, the loot drones, right? So these are set to spawn at 3 different POIs at the same time. Each POI has 5 to 6 drones. So you can look out for these hotspot, you know, locations, drop there and get loot pretty quickly off spawn and, you know, get to killing people in game, of course. A few new items that we have in chapter 4 is the kinetic ore, which can be found at the little mine quarry that's on the map right now. These things kind of have a Kevin of the Cube Kevin the Cube vibe to them. When you shoot them, they end up getting brighter and brighter until they turn like purple, and then they explode. So that's cool. Also, the shockwave hammer that we talked about previously, it looks like one of these kinetic ores is actually what makes up like the hammer, right? And I'd really love to mix the hammer and the shield combo and just be Reinhardt in game, right? In Fortnite. I might actually try that for a video. Let me know if y'all want to see that or not. We also have the slap berries and slap juice. Pretty much these are going to be the exact same as like the slurp juice and the clom berries, right? But the slap juice, it's like an energy drink. So yes, it's going to give you HP and or shields depending on what you need, but it also applies a faster stamina regeneration as well. It also has barrels around the map that are kind of like the slurp barrels. We also have dirt bikes in the game. As you've seen at the very beginning of the trailer, we have sky jellies, which these things are going to be floating around at a few POIs, and they kind of act like the mushrooms, except, you know, they actually like float in air. So you have to jump up, grab them, and then they give you like a little, you know, boost jump effect while also giving you shields. We also have this like drone scout drone thing that we've seen in the trailer as well. Kind of looks like Jules's bird that she has, but apparently you can like control this and go around and like ping enemies, which is pretty cool. No other stats on that, but you know, we're just kind of going off of what we've seen in the trailer for it. We do have a few new mechanics as well, because what is a new chapter without new mechanics? Am I right? So we have hurdling, which, you know, we've seen all this in the trailer. But hurdling, if there's anything like at floor level, waist level, whatever, that you don't have to like kind of jump and mantle up on, if you're sprinting towards this, you're going to automatically jump over it now, which is pretty neat. They should have added this in with like mantling when they added mantling, but it is what it is. We also have this POI claim feature, which I have a clip of how this works. And of course, with this, we also have some minimap icons for it as well. We have claimed, contested, enemy progress, and uncontested. And I only have 4 icons, but 5 things that it could be. So I don't know if one of them's going to be the same, but like flashes or something. But yeah, new icons to show you if POIs have been claimed or not, so you can kind of avoid them. With claiming POIs, once you've claimed a POI, it will drop you loot, and if anyone tries to enter that location, then it will automatically ping them, and it also pings like chests and loot in that POI as well once you've claimed the location. So it can be quite useful to actually go in and claim these POIs early game, or if you're playing like duos, trios, squads. If one person really needs loot but someone else has already like kind of got a kit together, they can go claim the POI while the others like go out and scout for, you know, all the loot that gets pinged. I don't know if it's going to like speed up if there's more people trying to claim that POI on your squad. Definitely something to test out for sure. Last couple things here. I know this has been a long video, but it's a big chapter, man. It's you know, but this is a big one. We have perks, or as they call them in Fortnite, reality augments, right? You can activate special abilities during every match. You can choose between random choices of these augments at regular intervals over the course of each match. We do know a few of them right now. One of them being light fingers. It allows you to reload faster. Mechanical archer. It gives you a explosive bow and shockwave bow. We have an aerialist, which gives you glider redeploy. Solar sprints, or soaring sprints, my bad. While sprinting, you're able to jump much higher and jump with lower gravity. Half of this seems good, The other half is like, okay, no, that's probably going to be really bad. Supercharged. No vehicles use fuel and they get more health. Pretty nice, I guess, especially if you have to go really, really far to zone or something, especially with like how big the map seems right now. It's probably going to be a good thing. The following perks are not available in competitive playlists. Vehicles you are inside do not consume fuel and have increased health. So the supercharged one. And entering a car or truck applies chonkers and cow catchers to it. We don't have that one listed, but according to the official Fortnite blog post, there will be 22 perks after downtime ends, and apparently even more perks will be added later down the line. Pretty nice. So that is everything pretty much new. As I wrap this up, I'm going to put on the screen the victory umbrella. Looks pretty cool. Let me know what you guys think about chapter 4 so far. I know by the time this goes live, we're going to be a couple days in. But what do you think about it? Are you enjoying it? Do you like the new map? Do you like all the like elevation and you know, environment that there is on this new map? Let me know. Like the video if you like it. Subscribe if you're new, hit the bell for notifications so that way you don't miss an upload. We're going to have a ton of chapter 4 stuff. I have a whole nother video planned about stuff coming to chapter 4 that's not currently in the game if you thought this video was long. So make sure you hit the bell so that way you don't miss that upload. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.